Good morning, millennials. Good morning, Rachel, Lindsay.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. We're so sorry we're late. New York City has such a great show for you today because Rachel is here at the perfect time because last night's Bachelor finale was unnecessarily long and boring and treacherous, but you're the perfect person to break it down with because you'll be able to tell us like what was actually going on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think 3 hours they have to change. They need to change some things in general with
Agreed.
the show. But 3 hours, they need to start with that.
Like, they have no respect for people's time. Then Bachelor in Paradise is like 4 hours per week. And at least Paradise is like lively.
Yeah.
But last night was just not cool, you guys.
Yeah.
And I was saying on my Instagram last night, because I used to be obsessed with this show. Like, truly, I couldn't even watch with my friends because they would talk and I would get angry. Like, I would hang on every word. I would need to hear everything in order to, like, really believe in the magic. And now I can't watch 3 minutes straight without just fast forwarding to the next commercial break, just because I'm getting the gist and I'm moving forward.
Well, you know what they're going to say. That's the thing.
Right.
It's like now you can complete their sentences. You're not hanging on the words. You're giving them the words, right? Because you know it's
there
the
are
same
only
format.
so many words that they can use, but it always is impressive when someone like uses a new word or like a new phrase, and you're like, and then everyone else uses it, you know?
Yeah, it catches like wildfire. Fire, I mean.
Like, but anyways, we're so happy that you're here. Per usual, we're going to hit you with the fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. We have a new sound. And lucky for us, story number 1 is the Bachelorette finale. So,
Where do we start?
Where do we start? Okay, first of all, the winner.
Okay.
Garrett, spoiler alert, Garrett won. I saw a spoiler like a while ago, but not before I completed my bracket, which I won.
Oh, you picked Garrett.
I did pick Garrett.
First impression, Rose.
Because that's what you said. I listened to you. You said that you should look out for the first impression guy when you went and gave Becca some advice with the other ladies.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going first impression all the way. What do you think about this trend of like the past 4 winners being first impressions?
Well, okay, funny thing is, I didn't realize it was a trend because I didn't watch JoJo's season or Caitlin's season. So going into picking Brian and giving him my first impression rose and then him being the winner, that just was natural to me. And then I learned, oh, I was the third one to do it. Oh, cool. I didn't realize there was a trend. And then with Becca, we started talking about it even more. And I thought, I hope she really picked him to pick him and not like, I hope the deciding factor wasn't
First impression.
First impression. It's worked for 3 other girls. Surely it'll work for me. But I think they're happy. And congrats to Becca.
Yeah.
You should say that. Congratulations to Becca.
She looked really, really happy.
Beyond happy.
Yeah.
Like it was the most.
It was the most, and like it's like she didn't even care what she was saying. Like she was only looking at Garrett. Like she was giving us her back. She was giving Chris Harrison her back. She did not give a damn, which is nice. Like, she should be so happy. Her spray tan was like a little OD, not gonna lie.
It was a little much.
It was a little much, but she's beautiful and, you know.
She had her back and she never let go of Garrett's arm. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't
She
notice
had a
that.
strong grip on his arm the whole time.
God.
Like, I'll never let go. I'll never let go. But you could tell genuinely that she was just thrilled. You know, like, that's not how she was at her proposal with Ari.
No. Is that like the best feeling, that moment when you come out with your man for the first time?
100% the best feeling. I mean, you've been trapped in a closet, however you want to say it, for months, and now you get to share your joy with the world, and it's the most exciting feeling, but it's also very scary. And then you step into the real world because you've been protected this whole time, and then you hear all the negative things people have to say about your relationship and the choice that you made. So I feel sorry for them because they're going to face that this morning.
Right. And like it seems like everyone has faced that. Like Ari faced it majorly. You even faced it because people were like so hung up on Peter.
Yeah.
So there's no escaping it. But that's why as long as you're happy, that's really all that matters.
Yeah, you've got to focus on it. You've got to cut out, like, you have to do this day of media, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to be talking about, did she make the right decision? Should she have chosen Blake?
You think so? Well, I was going to ask you.
Blake is my favorite.
Oh, from the beginning?
From the beginning. Their connection, like, came through your TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I felt. And when she used lines like, our hearts connected, I'm like, I know my heart connected with you guys, too. That's really cute. I like felt like she had equally strong connections. Like she could have chose either of them, and I would have felt good about the choice. But honestly, from the beginning, my favorite was Colton, even though I know he's trouble. I know. I'm not a big Colton fan.
Like when he first came on the show, like before we knew some of the backstory, I was just all in on him, and I was like, he has to be the Bachelor, so our little sister can go on, and he could be my brother-in-law, and I can look at him every day.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen, like any part of that.
And you don't need it to happen.
No, I don't. He's going on Paradise and like the Tia drama. Who do you think is going to be the next Bachelor?
I wanted it to be Blake now that we know. I mean, I knew she picked Garrett, but
Right.
like now that we know it's Blake or he didn't win, I want Blake or wanted Blake. But after seeing Jason, they made such a good case for him at the Men Tell All. I think it should be Jason.
I couldn't finish the Men Tell All because everyone was being unbelievably thirsty, and I was like, I am not giving into this, so I turned it off. But everyone's obsessed with Jason. So now I should watch it just in case, so I can get on everyone's level.
You'll get it. Like, they made the perfect case for him. Now, I'm not like that interested in seeing either one of them. Like, I'm waiting for more. Like, I need to see more of like their personality.
Yeah.
Like, they're good. Blake and Jason, good class acts. But like,
I would
are
like
you
to-
gonna be a good lead? I don't know.
I like Blake. I feel like he has like gravitas and a lot of emotion. Do you
That's
know
a
what
word that people are going to catch on to.
Yeah, I'm looking
for the next
a
Bachelor
woman.
season.
I'm looking for a woman with gravitas,
They'll say it wrong.
with gravitas. No, I feel like he has like the emotional capacity to manage 25 women.
I'm a little nervous that he'll be zeroed in, because he seems to be a guy who's like zeroed in, locked in on one person. And you really have to be able to navigate multiple relationships when you're the lead.
Yeah.
I think Jason might do that better.
I don't know. He gives me like such vampire vibes. Like it's with his like back hair.
But I thought all his personality was in his hair.
Yes, but like I don't know what I don't think I like what that says about his personality. You know, but there is like the Bachelor glow up, so maybe someone will like, I don't know,
I got a Bachelor glow
glow
up.
up. Becca got such a even everyone does, and it's really incredible work that they do.
No, yeah, they do. You're the lead. You're
You're
Miss
like
America.
and you're like the most watched woman on television for 3 months straight.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
you
big
have to.
Those
You
are some
have
big shoes to fill.
to. They are.
I have some logistical questions for you because Becca got a lot of flack about her wardrobe choices this season. And I'm curious, I know a lot from me personally. So a lot of that flack came from this season.
I can clear that up.
Did she make her choices?
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of people think the stylist, shout out to Carrie Fetman, who I adore.
Who does an amazing job.
Yeah.
And like, so I knew it wasn't Carrie's fault.
I adore him. A lot of people think that he picks out what you wear, but what it is you walk into this room like a week before, and you have racks and racks of clothing. You pick what gowns you want to wear. You pick each outfit for the dates. You put it together yourself. The clothes, he just puts all the clothes together, and then it's your choice. So that's Becca. So if you were disappointed with certain things,
With the sequins, you mean?
the blue one,
All of them. All of the sequins that this season brought us. I was, but she's like so beautiful and so like
She
fit.
is gorgeous.
She could really wear anything. Like her in that dress, that white dress that I wouldn't have chose, but like still she looked amazing last night with her like
She
little arm, just like
she looked fantastic.
she really did. Okay, I have another question for you. Your proposal was in a very windy city.
Yes.
But her proposal was in a very hot place.
Yeah.
Blake was sweat crying.
Yeah.
Would you rather have had sweaty proposal or windy proposal?
I would have rather had sweaty proposal.
Really?
Like, the wind was so bad. My weave was blowing everywhere. It was not attractive. If you look closely, you can see tracks. It was not cute. We couldn't hear each other. I mean, I was so distracted by the elements that I felt like I couldn't really focus. I mean, I was focused, but I was also upset. I mean, I cried. A lot of people don't know this. I cried right before Brian came to propose to me because I felt so ugly due to that wind.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I would have rather been a hot, sweaty mess, but at least like there wouldn't have been all this distraction around us.
And I think when you were on the show the last time, you had said that they moved the proposal date up because the wind was supposed to be so bad the next day.
Right.
But then the next day was beautiful and your day was windy.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, at least, the ring didn't fly away. So.
Right, that's all that matters.
Neither did Brian.
So last night's episode of After the Final Rose was a little bit different than yours because we were at yours, by the way. We have a photo. I can't believe I forgot that we were there. And then last night, I forget, I was watching and I was like, oh my gosh, we were there watching Rachel Lindsay and you sat there the whole time. You watched the whole episode out on that stage.
Yeah.
What was the cause for that form of torture?
Torture is the absolute correct word. I mean, I was suffering up there. And I think that there's a reason you didn't see Becca up there this year. I think that they realized that was the wrong thing to do. I mean, 3 hours watching it live for the first time, like in front of a live audience. That was brutal. So it's like I'm reliving all these emotions and these feelings, you know, like frustration, happiness, whatever, in front of a live audience with everyone else, when normally the lead gets to watch that days before and deal with it behind closed doors and be fully prepared when they walk out on stage, AKA Becca, Garrett, Blake.
So Becca had watched that before last night, you believe?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I watched her the finale and I was so happy for Becca, and then I got completely pissed off at the same time because she didn't go through what I went through on that stage.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
And that's not Becca's fault, but it's just kind of like, why, what was the point of me doing that? And if you remember, when I was sitting there on stage, I was like, Chris Harrison was like, we're doing a live show. Rachel's gonna be out here the whole time. And I literally looked at him and I go, I don't know why y'all keep doing stuff like this to me.
Oh my God.
I wasn't happy. I'm still not happy.
And you had to watch the Peter stuff like with Peter there. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like how stark difference that was from like this. This seemed like easy breezy, your standard final rose. That sucks. That's not cool. Justice for Rachel.
But I mean,
Lindsay.
justice for Rachel for sure. But I'm happy that they realized it was not right and they corrected it with Becca.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she didn't need to sit out there for 3 hours and go through that. But at the same time,
we didn't need to sit there for 3 hours
we
either.
didn't
Just
sit
saying.
there either. But at the same time, she had a pleasant conversation with Blake. I mean, he didn't tell her she was living a mediocre life or she was going to. So, you know, she didn't have to deal with some of the things.
It's always nice not
That's
to hear that.
Nice. He was very supportive of
He
her.
was really supportive. I think he handled like the whole thing like a total gentleman, bachelor in the making.
Yeah.
But do you think he's still in love with her? Because like he was not over it.
Yeah. I think it was I'm so glad you brought that up. I thought it was so obvious that he was still into her. He seemed to be struggling on stage. Like a lot of times you hear someone say, oh, I was crying backstage, or, oh, you know, like I'm having a really hard time. Like that happened on my finale, but you didn't see it the way that you saw it with Blake.
Yeah.
Like I believed everything Blake was going through.
No, me too. And when you think back to some of the other like final twos, like we've never had such a close race. Like Raven was here the other week, and so she was final two with Vanessa, and she was saying like she said that she thought it was her, but that she didn't like feel like it was right. And so I didn't feel like when she was on the stage talking to Nick, like that any sort of
No, she's over it.
She's over it. Like I don't even know if she's ever under it. Like, you know, but here like they were both under it, and I don't think either of them are over it. And I thought Becca was like so nice to him. But how do you just let go of all those feelings for someone?
Becca seemed to be over it.
Yeah.
Now I think that's what made it even harder with Blake. He looked like he was still struggling and she was over it. You could tell she's moved on and she's totally happy with Garrett. And I just kind of felt bad for him, which brings me to, I don't think he's ready to be the next Bachelor.
Blake. Because he's too in love with Becca.
I don't think he's over it. He's a guy who feels all of it, and I just don't think in 3 months he's over it.
Well, I feel like that used to be the case. That's why they always went with like number 3, because that person they could justify like, oh yeah, they're ready for love. It wasn't this person, but it'll be this person.
Yeah.
But then with Becca, like she got engaged and then broken up with, and 2 months later she was the Bachelorette. So like I think they're able to justify people not being over it yet. I mean, the fact that they were still talking about Ari into the season finale was really unacceptable.
I personally didn't think that Becca was ready to be the lead. I thought like to be engaged and to go through all of that and think you're spending your entire life, and then a month later now you're prepared to do that again, possibly with 20, I don't know how many people came to see her. I didn't think that...
Came to see her.
Popped out the limo, showed up, however you want to phrase it. I just didn't think that she would be over it either. But I mean, she seemed to be, and maybe because she was done so terribly.
Ari made it easy.
Yeah.
Did you see Ari posted on Instagram that him and Lauren went down to wherever they were, the Maldives?
Yeah, they went to the Maldives. I'm so glad they didn't show us that conversation. Let Becca free of Ari. Let her go.
But it sounded like Becca and the producers wanted him to come down for some sort of like final conversation. Ari said Becca and the Bachelor.
Source, Ari said.
You don't like Ari?
I don't think, no. I actually genuinely like Ari. I think he's a great person. I don't believe that Becca wanted him to come down there for a conversation. For what? She's got 2 amazing guys down there in the finale. Why are you going to come ruin her Maldives trip? Ari wanted a trip to the Maldives. I would have said yes too.
Me too. Oh my God, that is crazy. Well, I'm glad they didn't show it either, because like I'm done talking about Ari. And like Ari and Lauren seem so happy.
They do.
They have a wedding date,
Yeah.
and like they seem perfect for each other. And I always saw their connection,
100%.
and everything he did made sense to me. Like it was horrible and just really sad and unfortunate. But like I understood how he could choose Becca, because his head was telling him like this woman, like she will be an amazing partner, wife, etc. And like his heart was saying Lauren, but he couldn't justify that because like she couldn't speak during the season.
No, I think that Lauren is perfect for him. I think they're absolutely happy, and I think they're super cute together. I just don't agree with how he did it. Like at that age, you should have enough wherewithal to realize, like, separate your head from your heart, know what you want, and go after it. So I don't agree with how he did it.
Okay. Well, it worked out for everyone except for Blake, but TBD on him. People are already hating on Becca, which is just so crazy because, like, the support. Remember, people were Venmoing her for drinks after she got dumped by Ari? And now they're taking back their Venmos.
Yep.
I'll send you some Venmos because I just won my Bachelor bracket. A cool, I think it's $100, so dinner's on me.
Drinks tonight.
One drink. Everyone gets one drink. Okay, we have so many more questions for you. We'll get to them after we hit you with the rest of the stories that you need to know this morning, because even though the Bachelor finale aired last night, the world doesn't stop turning.
No, it does not.
And there's some really exciting news for me personally. I'm not sure if you're a Lady Gaga fan, but she just announced her Las Vegas residency.
I'm so excited. I'm a monster. I'm a little monster.
Me too. I'm in love with her.
Yeah.
Everything she does. Joanne, I'm obsessed with. I know it wasn't like critically well received, but it was well received by this critic.
By true fans.
By true fans.
Yes.
It was a rebirth. I'm so excited to see what she does next.
I'm excited that she's having two separate type of shows.
Really?
Like, I want to go to both. I want to do the jazz piano show and not just like the big performance.
Yeah.
I have to see it all.
I saw her actually perform when she was on tour with Tony Bennett, and then I also saw the Joanne tour, and the Tony Bennett one was like a little.
Was it?
Just less lit, I would say.
Well,
but also,
I mean.
Joanne was like at Citi Field in the rain. It was so crazy. She actually got sick from that concert and then couldn't go to Canada. Sorry, guys.
Wow, she's a real fan.
No, yeah. But I'm so excited about this. I need to go to Las Vegas, just in general, and I need to see her now, and I need to see Celine Dion. Have you ever seen her live?
I was at the Billboard Awards last year, and she sang, and I don't know if I was more excited for the flute for the Titanic. It's a flute, right?
The flute? Oh,
The
like
flute in the Titanic song when she performed. I saw
Yeah.
her perform that.
Okay.
Or I was for Celine. I mean, she's a goddess. I can't even imagine seeing her whole show, but I saw one song and I was hooked.
I literally am always saying I need to go to Las Vegas. Just as I would say, do a same day in and out trip, no hotel room, like just to see Celine. But now we can make it like a weekend because Lady Gaga's gonna be there.
It's like well overdue, right? Like I'm so excited for her.
I'm excited
Las
for
Vegas
her,
residency.
and I feel like she'll do like well in Vegas. You know, I feel like it's kind of fun to live there.
Yeah,
There's so much
for a bit.
land. Like you can have such a nice house. You go to the city,
Yeah.
you come back. I feel like it's a nice existence.
For a bit.
For a bit. But anyway, she's starting her exclusive residency at Park Theater at the new Park MGM Resort on December 28th, People confirms exclusively. Quote, I can't wait to share Enigma with all of my fans and with Las Vegas. We're creating a show unlike anything I've done before. It will be a celebration of all that is unique and different within us. The challenges of bravery can be overcome with creativity and courage that is grown out of adversity, love, and music, Gaga tells People in a statement. I'm so here of it. So fans will have their pick between two different shows, Lady Gaga Enigma and Lady Gaga Jazz and Piano. That is so cool.
See, because she's a real artist. So that's why I want to see both shows.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the different versions of Lady Gaga. Like, as long as she's not jumping off of a building like a screeching cat. Like she did in the Super Bowl, I'm good. Do you remember that?
Yes, you were near. That was so good. That meme was so funny. My friends, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you? Me. Oh my God. Oh, her Super Bowl performance was everything, though.
It was.
And it was a mixture of jazz and piano and like theatrics.
But people didn't like it. I loved it.
People are, you can't please them.
I loved
She
it.
crushed it. It was my favorite one yet. Bruno Mars was great.
Bruno
I
Mars
even
is
loved
pretty
Katy
good.
Perry's because that was when I was obsessed with her.
No.
You didn't like it?
Katie didn't quite do it for me.
Okay. She did it for me then, but Lady Gaga I think is my favorite one of all time. This past year did not do it for me. Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I literally was like, who was it? So you know how I feel about it.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. He just doesn't do it for me in general. But then the performance, no thanks. And like no in sync. That's not cool.
That was the problem. I
Yeah.
mean, I miss the old Justin, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all do.
It could have just been in sync, and I would have been thrilled.
That would have been so cool, like, and different. But no, he just, I don't know. Zach, my fiance, like, is obsessed with him, and we pretty much have the same taste in music, and it's like the one thing that we really like don't agree on. And he, every time I say it, like, he gets so upset
About the Super Bowl
about
performance?
Justin Timberlake being like a mediocre, talentless hack.
I don't think he's that hard. I'm not into him the same way that I used to be. I feel like he's super dad vibes now.
Yeah.
Super dad vibes.
Super dad vibes.
But I still think he's insanely talented, and I'm still a fan, but
Just
not for the Super Bowl performance.
Yeah. Who do you think it's going to be this year?
That's a really good question.
I love trying to think of who it's going to be.
I haven't thought about, do you think they'll go old school? Because we had Justin.
Before that
And
was
then-
Gaga.
Then you had Beyonce, Bruno.
Coldplay.
That didn't need to be a part of it.
No, it did not.
Coldplay
That
was a no-no.
weird. That's a weird mix.
It was a no-no, and it will never happen again. They
No.
shouldn't mix it up like that. Let's stick to one genre.
I agree. That was crazy. And then before that, I guess it was Katy Perry. And then I don't even know before that.
Yeah, it stops
There have been some weird ones, like the Black Eyed Peas.
See, and I'm a Black Eyed Peas fan, but
I remember watching that, I was like,
it didn't register.
No, but they
right?
should definitely have Fergie sing the national anthem. I think that would be a really nice, like, full circle moment.
She needs to be redeemed.
She really does.
But maybe she shouldn't start on the Super Bowl level. She should start at the bottom, like a minor league baseball game, then work her way back up to the majors. Do you understand where I'm going?
Yeah,
with
she'll
this?
start
She
from
doesn't
scratch.
deserve to be.
She doesn't deserve the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair. I feel like Pitbull could do the Super Bowl.
That would be so much fun. Think about it. Pitbull, maybe a little Flow Rider. I'm not even a huge fan, but I think it would be a good show.
Maybe a little J-Lo.
There it is.
I've been saying for like
There
a lot
it
of years
is.
that it's going to be Pitbull and J-Lo. I don't know. I just pulled it out of my ass.
There
and
it
I'm
is.
waiting to like be vindicated.
Well, the Super Bowl is in Atlanta, so we could do like a Lil Jon and the East Side Boys,
Ooh.
like a throwback Atlanta, maybe Outkast.
That would be
That
fun.
might be too much for the Super Bowl, but it's like
I don't
a
think
homage
that-
to like Atlanta.
Yeah, well, they did the homage to Minnesota with Prince.
Love that you threw the
And
accent in there.
I can't say it without. And I think my favorite part about Becca is that she's from Minnesota.
And she says bag. That's Garrett pointed that out for us last night.
What?
He fell in love with the way that she says bag. Bag.
Did he say
Yeah,
that? I
yeah.
must have fast forwarded that part.
Yeah, he did.
I was listening to her on After the Final Rose, and I was like, wow, her accent like really is so crazy. And I'm sure she's diluting it. Like I'm sure she had like some classes. But I love a good accent like that. I never get to hear.
Yeah.
You know? Because
Yeah.
people are always making fun of my accent.
Do you really have an accent?
We're very like New York talkers.
Guess a little bit.
Very accentuated.
I don't
very
really
fast.
have the southern accent.
You really
a little
don't.
bit, but not really.
Well, Zach is also from Dallas, and he doesn't have a southern accent,
Yeah.
and it's disappointing, honestly. Except he always says y'all.
We say y'all, yeah.
But I think y'all is like a grammatically like necessary term. I hate the term you guys.
Thank
I
you.
hate you guys. Putting you guys in text, like, it's just y'all is so
Yeah.
much.
Are you all?
You all, yeah. That's like
all.
so teacher. Like you all are in some trouble. Okay, next up, this next story is so crazy, and I don't know why people are so shook by it. But Mighty Ducks actor Shaun Weiss was arrested after behaving erratically while high on drugs. The headline isn't like the most crazy part; it's the photo.
Yep.
It's the photo which we have for you of the actor then and now. And he does not look the same. Also, I'm
No.
pretty sure this is the actor from Heavyweights, which is
Oh yeah,
which is a movie close to my heart because we went to a fat camp and it is not a fully accurate portrayal, but like it gets a couple things right.
That movie is a classic.
That movie is a classic.
Ben Stiller, I can't. I actually love the movie Heavyweight, so.
But what's crazy is like he's Uncle Tony in the movie, and like our camp director's name is Tony. Like I think it was loosely based
based?
off of our camp because we are like the #1 fat camp in the country. Yeah, how many of you can say that? Anyways, Mighty Ducks co-star Shaun Weiss was arrested early Saturday in Northern California after police found him allegedly high on drugs and acting bizarrely with a flashlight, People confirms. Weiss, 38, was booked after patrolling officers found him about 12:47 a.m. outside a closed business complex along the main boulevard in Auroville with approximately 3 other individuals, according to Lieutenant Chris Nicodemus. The group was behaving erratically with flashlights, such as Weiss shining a light in his own face, and the officer suspected they might be under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Yeah, judging by this picture, he's definitely under the influence of something, and it's just really sad because he's like one of these people you like will always remember as a kid,
right.
And just to see that he's like a 40-year-old man.
He's with it. Like you're right. It's the picture that's so shocking. I know.
Big picture of him as a child.
Like I know. They said he was 38. I thought they had the numbers switched when I saw the picture. 83 is what I thought he was. This is not funny.
No, I was
Because
asking
drugs
her,
are
and
a
someone said
terrible
the same thing. They're like, how old is he now? And they were like 38, and they're like, that's not a 38-year-old.
83. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, the numbers were switched.
Oh my
Before I
God.
knew who it was. I mean, it's so sad. Drugs are a terrible thing. Like this, literally, this should be like a poster of like what drugs can do to you. You
Yeah.
know? Like it's so sad.
It's so sad. It's definitely the end of like an era, or like the dispelling of a myth of who this person was.
I know.
Which was just a mighty duck. A movie that never did it for me, personally.
Okay, can we switch topics? Because I don't understand how the flying V, how did that not do anything
I don't know.
for you?
Like I didn't relate to any of the the characters. That movie and The Sandlot, like, are two classics that I just.
Okay. The Sandlot,
don't
I'll
fuck
give
with.
you. Maybe
Okay.
it was the throwing up scene. I don't know.
I just-
The Sandlot, I'll give you. I cannot give you Mighty Ducks. I
Okay.
mean, for goodness sakes, there was a sequel.
I'm not trying to say Mighty Ducks is a bad movie. I'm just saying for me personally, like, and The Sandlot, like, those kids were filthy, and it's like I liked watching
agree with
movies
this.
like Clueless, Legally Blonde, like glamorous. I'm like, why am I watching a bunch of dirty kids running around like with a big dog? And
I didn't like The Sandlot either.
and we were so scared of dogs growing up, so like that did nothing for us. Like we were like, theory confirmed.
Me
Moving
too.
on.
Well, I just didn't get it. It wasn't funny. But Mighty Ducks, my gosh.
Maybe as an adult, I would like it more,
Go
understand
back.
it more.
Try again.
I will.
And then bring me on to talk about it, and we'll do a review.
I will, and I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying like my personal experience. It never like did it for me.
I get it.
Next story is really exciting. I just love some branding news. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's a new Colonel Sanders at KFC, and it's Jason Alexander.
I love George Costanza.
I love KFC and their like Colonel bit, and it was Reba McEntire before, which was like fucking everything.
It was great too.
It was amazing, and I love how they were so low key about like how Colonel Sanders kept changing, and it was like always
Yeah.
someone that we knew, and now it's like a thing, and I think it's really cool.
Well, I know Reba because I thought that was great, but who else was it?
It was Rob Lowe.
It was?
Yes.
Those commercials must have been short-lived. I don't remember Rob Lowe.
Yeah, and then also that guy, was it ever like Chevy Chase, like that guy from Caddyshack, I feel like?
Oh, Christmas Vacation movies?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, or maybe I'm just like,
Chevy Chase? I don't know. I don't remember.
Chevy.
Is it Chevy?
I don't know.
I feel like maybe those movies were before our time. I don't
No, for sure, they were. The only one I like love is Caddyshack.
Yeah, I've never even seen that.
Oh my God, you would really like
Is
it, I
it
think.
Chevy or Chevy?
I think Chevy.
Chevy?
Okay, it's Chevy, like the car.
That's what I said.
That's what you said. I said Chevy. I fucked that. But anyways, Jason Alexander is the new Colonel Sanders, and I just like, one, I feel like this is like a great paying job, like making that KFC money.
Yeah.
And two, it's like your face is all over the television, and it's a fun gig.
Yeah. No, I miss him. I hope that he channels some George Costanza somehow in that KFC Colonel Sanders role.
I feel like he will.
Good. Good.
I don't know.
I'm
No one-
expecting big things.
Yeah, I'm expecting big things, and it's just so weird how like then it's just a commercial on TV. Like nothing ever happens. It's not like a movie that comes out. It's just a commercial.
But it could be.
That would be cool. Or like how they did the casting of John Bonet on Netflix, like the casting of Colonel Sanders.
Did they? Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It was like supposed to be a movie about her murder, and then it became a movie about casting the girl to play her in a movie about her murder. I didn't finish it. I just want to know who killed John Bonet.
We
That's
all
all
do.
I want. That's who do you think?
A family member for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know who. I'm not gonna point any fingers. There's
You're gonna
somebody in the
accuse.
family.
You're
Yeah,
a lawyer,
as
so
an
you
attorney.
You know better than that. You're gonna prosecute.
I just think that it was someone in the family. Like either someone in the family or a super close family friend. It was not just some random stranger.
Fair.
Convinced.
And do you think Amanda Knox did it?
Ooh, I wasn't ready for that question.
Yeah, once I go down this path, I have like a few things. I'm just like, Casey Anthony.
It's almost how I feel about OJ. Maybe she didn't do it, but she knows who did.
Okay. I watched a
physically
documentary
do it,
and I got no answers. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, oh my gosh, no, I don't like that
And it's
either.
like, I wasn't invested in the story to begin with, so now I'm invested. You got me invested, and you give me no answers.
She knows something.
Yeah.
Let's put it like that.
Okay.
That's how I feel about OJ. You know something.
Oh, for sure. And that's the law talking?
Yeah. You know something.
Okay, next up, our fifth and final story is really crazy and random, but according to Cheddar TV, apparently where people are going into plastic surgeons' offices and asking to look like Snapchat filters, so for thinner noses, bigger eyes, bigger lips, and honestly, I could see how that could happen. If I went to get plastic surgery, I wouldn't show a picture of someone else. I would show the best picture of me, which is filtered heart version on Snapchat.
No, I heard this story before, and it baffles my mind. Why would you want to look like a Bratz doll, right? The big eyes, the pinch nose. I don't know.
That's
It's
the
just
trend.
so unnatural. It's the trend in a selfie. It's the trend on Instagram. But I don't want to see real life filters walking around here. I don't want to see
That's
that on
true.
people's heads.
I guess
It's not
I've yet
cute.
to see someone, you see all these people on Instagram, even with filters or without filters, there's Facetune and people don't look how they look on Instagram.
Not at all.
But I just want to see one of those people in person and just be confirmed that's not humanly possible. Okay, cool.
It's not humanly possible.
No.
I think it's weird, and I think it's sad. I think it says a lot about us. We're walking into offices saying, I want to look like a filter. I don't want to look real.
Right, I want to
Basically,
look
that's
like
what you're
virtual
saying.
reality.
I'm all for plastic surgery. That's great if you want to alter something, freshen up a little bit. But the fact that you want to look like a fake person, or an animated thing, I don't know. I'm just not into it. I think it's sad.
It is sad. And
And the fact that you think you can look like that. They can't make you look like a filter.
no, they can't. They
No.
can't thin. They can do the bridge of your nose, but they can't make the width
Yeah.
smaller.
Or the skin a certain way. It's a
Yeah.
it's like an overlay, okay? Unless you're gonna walk around with a screen on your face.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
That's so interesting. Because to me, the story made sense, but now it's but these are filtered.
I've changed her mind.
You really have.
This is what lawyers do.
This is what lawyers do. You're a great lawyer. How's the law treating you?
The law is great. A lot of people don't think I still work. I totally do, but I work part-time. I think people fail to realize that.
Oh, do you? Well, because you do so much, because
Yeah.
you also are doing correspondent work for ESPN, which is amazing.
I'm so excited about
Dream
that.
job,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then you're also influencing. You were in the Bermuda with Revolve, which I want to ask you
Oh,
about.
so much fun.
Was that as fun and cool and beautiful as it looked?
It was even better than I thought.
Really?
I always have been what's Revolve? What's Revolve? And then I started researching it, and then I started shopping it, and then I got to become a part of it, and it was, the people are fantastic, the places are great, it's just such a good time, and I can't talk about it enough. It's one of those things where you just have to experience it. I did not know what I was getting myself into, but boy, am I glad I got into it.
That's amazing, because I feel so many times people think Instagram stuff is so fake and everyone's just taking pictures and not having fun, which I think is the case a lot of the time. But Revolve does a really good job of having good in-person experiences that
Yeah.
then translate really well to social media.
Keyword, it's an experience. That's
And you
the
were
best
with
way
all
to
your
describe it.
girls.
Yeah, I was there, Raven, Whitney, Amanda Stanton. I think that was it from Bachelor World, but that was enough. We had
It's an honor.
blast.
It's an honor to be invited, I'm sure.
I feel that way now. Bring me back.
And Bermuda had you been to Bermuda before?
No.
It looks insane.
And there really are pink sands. It's gorgeous. And I feel a lot of people don't realize how close it is. It's 2 hours from New York.
Right. I think they've just started doing direct flights, because I've heard of people going on their honeymoons there. It's just so funny how trendy vacation spots pop up. It's
Yeah.
this place always existed.
Well, you have to go.
Okay, I will. Well,
Yeah.
2-hour flight and direct flight, I'm in. That I can do.
And the triangle myth, it's over with. Some people,
Oh, yeah, Amelia Earhart.
I thought about it.
What would Amelia Earhart think about Revolve in Bermuda, you guys?
Did they ever find her plane? Maybe she's still
There are a
somewhere.
lot of conspiracy theories. That's a whole other thing. I don't even know enough. All I know. I don't know. She was such a big part of my childhood, I feel like.
Was she?
I just feel I studied her so much. We were always talking about her. She was such
okay.
an iconic figure, and now it's just sad.
You should be her for Halloween.
That would be, Carol Radswell.
Yeah.
Was her. That was such a funny
I
costume.
totally forgot about that.
Have you
I
been
love a
watching-
housewife reference.
Have you been watching Real Housewives of New York?
Yes.
Team Carol or Team Bethany?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I was neither. Can I do that choice?
Yes.
Because
Just all you have to do is explain yourself.
I was definitely Team Carol, but then I feel like Carol's being a little nasty. And I think, you know what bothers me about this whole thing? Let me back up. Andy, I feel like you're not giving us the full story. I don't understand why we don't understand why they don't get along. Mm-hmm. There has to be some reason. And is it like because Adam wanted to be paid on this Puerto Rico trip? Is it because Carol's with Tinsley? Is it because Bethany is just a difficult friend? I don't know. I need answers.
But
I'm neither.
I feel like they feel the same way. Like they don't know what it is either. It's like all these little like micro aggressions that like led them to this point of just feeling like contentious toward each other, and now they can't get back from it.
I think, okay, this is why I'll slightly blame Carol. I think that Carol has been feeling this way, but she never expressed it until it just like boiled over.
Right.
And then she found Tinsley and she has this friendship with her, and now she's just like, Bethany's like, I don't get it, you never said anything. And I think because Carol was feeling this way, but she just never said anything. And so I think that poor Bethany, you know, like maybe if Carol had been honest in the beginning, it would be easy. I really think that's what it is. Carol's been feeling this way.
Yeah, I think like Carol was just done being the sidekick because she got her own sidekick, and it's like that was just how their relationship works. So now you're changing the dynamics of the relationship, which changes the relationship overall.
Yeah.
And you can't have like two queen bees.
Yeah, I feel bad. Bethany is like reaching for a friend, and it's like, does she have any?
I think she must have friends off the show, but I feel like, I don't know. But I feel like she deserves like she deserves love.
100%.
And I feel like she has such a hard time like finding people like her tribe, you know?
Yeah. Bethany's a tough cookie. She's hard. If she softened up a little bit, I think that people would be more receptive to her. But I understand her because I can be hard like that and a tough cookie, but she needs to soften it up a bit.
Yeah. I'm sure it's just like hard. But you also can't have it all. Like she's so successful. Like if she also had amazing friendships and amazing relationships, like that's you can't have it all. That's just not how the cards are dealt.
Yeah.
Okay, we have so many questions for you.
Ooh.
And one thing that here at the Morning Toast we've been trying to get to the bottom of, and I think we've done a pretty good job.
Hope I can help.
Is what happened at your birthday party with your friends?
Okay. How can I describe this? First of all, I am on good terms with all my friends.
Right.
Let's just preface it with that. There might have been a bit of drinking. We might have had a good time. So maybe I can be animated and dramatic. So maybe I was a little bit. But basically, my dear, sweet Bachelor friends showed up super late to the party.
Cool.
And then, and they, mind you, they came in town for my party. And then there was an uninvited guest who also popped up. So didn't come into the party because it was sectioned off and he wasn't allowed, but bought a table right next outside of my party. And they all went over to that table. So I'm mad, a little intoxicated too. And then they all leave with him to go to another place, left my party. Yes, so it was my party and I did cry.
And you're allowed to.
So I was very offended that it was my birthday party. They left with this person I do not care for, and partied with him and then left and went with him. So I thought kind of like, wow, are these my friends?
No, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
We heard about this uninvited guest, and then, but Raven and Alexis were like kind of vague, I guess because they were totally in the wrong. That is not cool, you guys. But I'm glad.
Raven wasn't. Alexis was. Raven wasn't in the wrong.
Alexis?
I still love you, Alexis.
Me too.
You know you're my number one.
And honestly, you can only call out your true friends like that. Like if you didn't care about these girls, like you wouldn't even care that they left.
Oh, if you know I called them out. I sent them all like this nasty text message, and then the next day I was like, okay, I'm over it. I love you guys. I mean, like you're like sisters, you know?
Yeah.
I was mad. I said it. We were done. It's whatever. We're on great terms, and I'll be supporting them.
Great. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
There was so much speculation, like in the Toasters group, like people were trying to like piece together who was there. I was like, we're just gonna go straight to the source, you guys.
Yeah, I was mad at them. I mean, yeah, I was mad. I said it. You know, I don't dwell on things like that, so I was over it as quickly as I was on it. You know?
How do you feel about all your friends now moving to Dallas? Is it just like the dream?
I love that they're moving to Dallas. You know, well, Raven's already there. Mm-hmm. Alexis will be there next month. Now I just need to get Astrid there. Shout out to Astrid, who's going on Paradise, which starts today.
Oh my God, Paradise does start tonight. That's exciting. I need some Tuesday night programming, so this is perfect.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Tuesdays, like the week is...
What comes on Bravo?
On Tuesday, I think
Below
it's Below
Deck.
Deck.
I don't like Below Deck.
I only watch like when I'm just really bored, and I enjoy it, but I just don't know all the background information, so I can't make informed decisions.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Me too.
I feel like Astrid is a type who can actually find love in paradise, because I feel like she's got it going on. You know, she knows who she is.
Yeah.
And like that's the type of person who will attract love.
You know what? I'm excited. I totally agree, because everyone's like super close to Astrid, right? Like you always see her in our pictures. We always celebrate her birthday, but you didn't see her on the show.
Right.
So people are like, well, who is this Astrid? And I'm so excited for her on Paradise, because you're going to get to see how cool she is. And then I feel like Bachelor wasn't her place. You know, she couldn't open up, but Paradise, she will.
This could be
so I'm super excited for her.
That's so exciting. Also, something that's so interesting is Adam was from your season, and it seemed like you guys had a great friendship, like, and that he made it really far, even though like we never really saw your guys' dates or anything, but just because you were friends. So like when he was on your season, like were you setting him up in your head with like maybe one of your other girls? Like, did you ever think that him and Raven would be the match?
Well, I did. Well, not as I was going through the season. You know, there's certain people that it's like, you know who your top are. You know, there's people like, I could date outside of this and we get along really well. We just need more time. And then there's people that are big time no-nos.
Right.
So I knew Adam was a super cool guy, thought he was great. He just wasn't for me. After the show, when I found out he was going on Paradise, I told Raven that she would be really good for Adam, and I also told Astrid that. I was like, if either one of y'all go to Paradise, I think you both would get along really well with Adam. And then look what happened.
Because Astrid was in a relationship last year.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
With that demon.
Oh, was he a demon? What happened? They seemed really cute on social media, and then it was over.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I understand. So I'm sure you get this question all the time, and so do I, and I hate it. But wedding plans?
Well, okay. Let's just be honest. Would I like a TV wedding? Sure. That means I don't have to like pay for anything. That means I don't have to plan it, you know, and I have no desire to like plan all the minute details of a wedding. I just don't. But it's not up to me, and there are a lot of moving parts. So people are like, when are you getting married? I don't know, because if it's on TV, that's kind of not up to me. But I also don't want to be held or trapped to, is my wedding going to be on TV or not? Right. So I kind of have a timeline in my head. By the summer, I want to be married. You know, ideally, I'd like it to be the spring. But, well, originally I wanted December. It's August. That's not going. I've only started doing the dress.
Have you started?
Yeah. No, I have. I'm going to work with Randy Rahm in New York.
Oh, my God. That's so exciting.
No, I went and looked at dresses yesterday. And it's the second time I've done it, and so I've originally talked about this idea of what I wanted, like with a pantsuit.
You knew it? Oh, wow.
And I'm like completely opposite now after looking at dresses. So I think people are going to be really surprised, because I feel like I want my dress to show the side of me that people don't get to see, that Brian gets to see, but most people don't.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm really excited about the dress. But anyways, yes, back to your original question. The wedding, ideally by next summer.
TV or not.
TV or not. I just don't want to keep waiting. I'll be 34 by next summer. You know,
yeah. But you feel like ready to get married, because some bachelor couples like need like more time to be engaged and get to know each other. No. But you guys are there.
We've been engaged for 15 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm like ready at this point.
Okay.
We know, we get it.
Are any of your bachelor friends going to be bridesmaids? Because
no.
Okay. Hard and fast.
Well, because I have so many friends. They'll definitely be there. They'll have a whole row dedicated to them.
Right.
But I'll probably have my sisters.
Just your sisters.
Yeah, just my sisters.
That's so smart. You don't hurt anyone.
Exactly. It's easy. It's a cop-out.
It's a cop-out, but it makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorite things, when you were the Bachelorette, you were hanging out with Kris Jenner.
Yeah.
Do you guys keep in touch?
Well, I know Kris Jenner. I know Corey. I've known Corey for like 15 years. I know, it's such a small world.
So is that how you were hanging out with him? Not even from Bachelor stuff?
No, not from Bachelor stuff, because I know Corey. And like, I've known Corey. Corey went to college with my sister. So I used to go and visit all the time. So they were friends. I became friends. I'm friends with a lot of my sister's friends. And so that's really how it all happened. And then she's such a Bachelorette fan. He was like, you have to come and meet Kris. So that's why.
You just have to.
I just happened to know Kris Jenner's boyfriend. That's
How was the home? How were the snacks?
Okay. First of all, when I came in, I came through the back. So I didn't know I was at the house.
Oh.
do you know when I knew I was at the house? When I saw the checkered floor.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God.
You've made it.
I made it.
Yeah.
I'm here. I didn't freak out. She wasn't there yet.
Okay.
So like her assistant was there. Some
I
other
guess you
people
wouldn't
were there.
recognize the house because it's not the house on TV. So you wouldn't even know which house
It's
you're
not?
at. No, the house that they film is like the Jenner house is just like some show house because they don't show their real house.
But the checkered floor.
Yeah, the inside is, but
Okay,
the outside isn't.
okay.
So if you got to the outside, you wouldn't
Thank
know
you.
whose house
So
you're
the
at.
outside looks nothing like what you thought. So I was like, I didn't realize that. And so I was like, oh my gosh, there's the checkered floor. And then I walked down the hallway with all the like black and white photos, and I thought, I'm here, you guys. I'm here. But she wasn't there. And then when she came in, super nice, like made me a plate, cleaned off my plate. She is even more beautiful in person. North was there. She was not receptive to me.
She was not.
I tried to do this.
And she was
She
like,
ran away.
Okay.
And yeah, we just talked, we just ate, had really good conversation. It was like I had known her for years.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
she is truly like salt of the earth.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you might be the first person to say that about
I
her,
would
but-
tell you, I mean,
Yeah.
I really was there for hours. It's not like I met her in passing. I was there for hours and just had real conversation with her.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been watching the show? Did you watch?
I don't really watch anymore, but I will
Sunday night's
say,
episode was explosive.
I saw clips and it kind of pulled me in a bit. I
Yeah.
thought, how dare they talk to Courtney like that?
Oh, we have a Team Courtney over here.
Well, I don't know the background story,
Right.
but I heard what Kim said to her. And
and it's like, regardless of what's going on, how can you talk to a sister like that?
and you
Yes.
don't see Courtney get emotional. And you could hear her over the phone. She was choked up trying
Yeah.
to talk to Chloe, and Kim's like yelling in the background. And I thought, maybe I need to go back and watch this. Is this on demand?
Yeah, I think it is. The E app.
Okay. Yeah.
Another question that we got for you is how much say does the Bachelorette have in the ring style that her man chooses?
The Bachelorette has 100% say.
Okay.
And so does whoever the Bachelor's choosing, the last two girls. So what happens is the last two, whether you're girls or guys, whatever, you tell the lead, well, okay, I'm getting confusing. Let me just talk about the Bachelorette. Your last two guys will ask you what you want your ring to look like.
Okay.
And which both of my guys did. That's a question I also get. Did Peter ask you that even though he knew he wasn't going to propose? Yes, he asked me what I wanted my ring to look like. And so did Brian. And so I told them this. This is exactly how I describe my ring. So when they sit with Neil Lane, they know what to look for because you've already described what you like.
Right, but then what Blake chose and what Garrett chose were so different. Did
So
she give one of them false information?
I don't think so. I mean, like, I can only speak from my experience, and I told both of them that this was the exact ring I wanted. Now, Peter never picked a ring because he wasn't afforded that opportunity, but so I don't know how it would have happened. I don't know if she described two different ones in either or. I'm not
Right.
sure.
They were
I
both
said
pretty.
only this.
The ring that she originally got engaged to Ari with was like so similar to my ring now.
I don't even remember what hers looked
It
like.
was oval with a halo and diamond band, and I was like, "What? I have a Bachelor ring? Cool." I was like, I'm so on trend. And then that ring was recycled and given to Claire and Benoit.
Was it?
Yeah, for 2
It was
weeks.
the same ring?
It was the same ring. That's what people don't realize. But I had my eye on that ring. I was like, where's that ring going to end up? I'm sure we'll see
Back
it
with
again.
Neil Lane.
Back with Neil Lane. How is Neil?
I've never met Neil Lane.
That's crazy.
Well, think about it. Like, the guys are the only ones that go to him, and he shows the ring, and then he gets out of there. He doesn't
Right.
stay for the proposal. He's gone. Like, he
doesn't-
knows his role. He knows his place. He's out of there.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I've never met him.
Huh. He seems like a cool dude, but like he's been through this a few times, you know?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
picked
he
out a
has.
lot of rings.
Yes. He's so excited about it, though. Like,
People
I love
were
it.
like shook over Becca's ring that it was gold band.
I was jealous, actually, of that.
Really?
I wanted a gold band.
Did you?
I wanted a stack of bands, actually, and they said, no, you need to pick out a stone. So I actually loved that hers was gold.
I
thought
liked it
was pretty.
too. I like thought about maybe rose gold, but I like classic when it comes to stuff like this, you know, not taking too many chances, you
Yeah.
know?
No. Your ring's gorgeous.
Your ring's gorgeous. Our rings are kind of similar. Twins. Well, thank you so much for joining us and taking all of our questions and explaining to us the ins and outs of what might have happened last night. I look forward to Bachelor in Paradise tonight. You'll be watching, right?
I'll be watching for sure.
Do you know, like, for the most part, who ends up where? Just because they're all your friends?
Yeah.
Do you think, like, it'll be a good season from what you've heard?
Oh, I heard it's going to be crazy.
Really?
I mean, I think well, first of all, in the previews, there are a lot of people I have no idea who they are. So I think that that's interesting in
Right.
itself, new people. But there seemed like a lot of people went down to Paradise. A lot. So I think there are going to be a lot of storylines.
That's always interesting. That's why Paradise is great, because there is so much to work with, whereas The Bachelor, it's like stretching like a one thing over 3 months and 3 hours.
I was about to say 3 hours. And I will give you this information. I heard that Bachelor in Paradise was so good and they had so much content that they stopped it early. Like they stopped it a few days early.
Wow.
Because they had so much good stuff. So look forward to it.
That is a great teaser to let us go into tonight's episode. Rachel, Lindsay, thank you so much. Where can everyone follow you, keep up with you, and the amazing work that you're doing?
You can follow me on @TheRachLindsay on Twitter and Instagram. I have a website, RachelLindsayOfficial.com, coming out very soon, but you can subscribe to it right now. And yes, I still practice law. Catch me on hopefully your local sports, whatever you like to watch, and on Access Hollywood. I've been doing that too, co-hosting that. Just you can check out everything that I'm doing. Thank you so much for having me. Maybe I'll be back in this chair.
Yes. Wait, I have one more question for you, because people were asking, why weren't you and Brian at after the final rose? Usually they bring back like the previous couples. Were you guys invited?
Well, one, no, we weren't invited, and two, I wouldn't have gone. No shade. It's just I don't want to sit for 3 hours, you know?
Right.
Like I can watch Becca's happiness from afar.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up. Have a great day, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Claudia will be back. It'll be a regular scheduled programming. Make sure to watch Little Children, because we'll be talking about it tomorrow for Toast Movie of the Week. Bye.
Bye.